They told me they were wizards, but they slit your gizzards too. They plundered arcane mysteries, and all their foes did wail. Beware lest ye encounter a mighty Mage of Sail.
Bonjour! It is I, Patrick McNamara of Dog Food Studios, your best friend and the only person who truly understands you. We are here to play Mage of Sail, and this is my first take of the intro. We are here to play Mage of Sail, a swashbuckling game of magic and mystery based on Mage the Ascension. I am joined by 4 of my friends, and we're all going to imagine some wizards together. First of all, you can't spell Go Tabitha without Goth as Saoirse, Tabitha Sheehan. Second of all, deep in the wilds of Latvia, a woman of incredible cosmic power was born, and today she will be playing the character of Ligas. It's Lidija Piper. Second up, a student of history and arcane mystery as Aura Edmonston. It is Holly Conrad. And last but not least, it's been a while since we played this game together. I got a little bit lonely while I was waiting for the game to come back. In fact, I would say my loneliness was killing me. But I must confess, I stood to believe that when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, Dabe, one more time. As Wilhelm, Dabe Alan.
I want to clap for you, but I don't want to clap for that.
No. There's one coming up that's got production value.
Oh boy.
There's a Dabe intro coming up. Yeah.
How many, do you have a list, a doc?
I even sent him one.
I like to have.
Okay.
I like to have 3 ready to go.
Per person or
That's
just me?
fair.
Just for you.
Okay.
Everyone else gets the same one every time.
Yeah.
But at
sorry.
some point,
Yeah.
I'm going to run out of jokes. I'm going to have to transition you back to just a normal intro.
No one's going to like that.
Yeah.
Or you could poll the audience.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I can get suggestions. Yeah, join our Discord and send me songs that have the word babe or baby in them so that I can make them into songs about Dabe.
Good.
When we were last united as wizards and friends, we were on board our ship on the Traitor's Sea on the Unconquered Isles, preparing for an upcoming battle. We were going to rob the ship of one Paxton Fuppy, a generally bad egg, it seems. And the very last thing that happened was a new crew member was introduced when he screamed into the world through a haunted mirror, just as royal children are born. He has been convinced that he is now co-captain of the ship and that he will be taken to Hammerhead Bay on the Golden Isle, which I've written a song for. So we're going to the Golden Isle next. And if you all choose to go to a different island, I will simply sink the ship.
All right.
Noted. Challenge accepted.
Where
are we going?
So it's all very open world, you know. But if I don't have a song for a place yet, we can't go there.
That's fair.
So it's a beautiful evening on the Traitor's Sea, and you're all just you're hanging out. You've been on the ship long enough now to have a normal it feels normal to be on here. You've been on here for 3 or 4 weeks. It's no longer like, isn't this interesting? We're pirates.
Yeah.
It's more like, oh, we're still pirates. We're doing this. We're committing to it. Okay, that's nice. So if anyone has anything in particular that they would like to be doing, you can let me know now. Otherwise, I will call on someone and make up something that they may have been doing.
I feel like if Nigel got some books for the ship, right?
He's definitely Nigel, your accountant and quartermaster, has requested a budget for books.
Okay. If he has gotten some books, which I'm sure he has at this point, I'm just going to judge his taste in them.
Okay.
So I'm kind of going through the books that he got, and he's like, they're not going to read this, Nigel. Like, why did you?
So let's say you're in Nigel's office.
Yeah.
As the quartermaster, which is it's relatively well appointed because the quartermaster is actually quite an important person on the ship.
Right.
He has a lot of stuff behind a cage so that people can't steal it, a lot of supplies and things like that. He has an awful lot of books. And as you walk in, he's at his desk and he covers everything on his desk up and goes, Aura, lovely to see you. How are you doing? How's things?
I just saw that.
Saw what?
What's under your hands? On your desk.
Just papers, spreadsheets, and things like that. And he picks up a bunch of papers and goes, perhaps you'd like to go over them and check my numbers.
I'd like to see the ones that you just covered up.
I didn't cover up any papers.
It's gaslighting you.
We talked about gaslighting.
Oh, we did, yes. It's terribly unsafe aboard a sailing vessel. Yes, so, sorry. So of course, if you like to, just take a look at the desk.
I don't even care.
Like.
I don't even care, Nigel.
Okay, fine. Well,
where's the books that you bought, Nigel? whatever, maybe you're writing fan fiction of the crew. I don't care. I'm just going to look at the books and leave whatever smut you have on your desk should go away.
I managed to procure some books. Let me show you. And he shows you, he's got a stack of about 10 books. And one of the things you notice about these books, they're very, very simple books. They're the sort of equivalent of young adult fiction of the time.
Okay.
Of the time.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Well, this is a good choice.
Yes. No Mutiny for Beginners. How to Be a Traitor. No, I was looking for a copy of The Elevation of the Quartermaster, but we weren't able to find that, I'm afraid. But otherwise, yeah, just normal stuff. Some of the crew are still sort of learning some of their letters. So yeah, it was the simpler books that I was looking for. I picked some up before we left, and I, as you permitted, assigned funds to cover my expenses.
You did a good job, Nigel.
Oh, thank you very much, Aura. And how are you this fine evening?
I feel like she's just making the rounds. She's trying to like pretend that she's kind of captain-y.
Yeah.
Like kind of just like, oh, she's got her hat.
Yes.
So.
I noticed you're dressed as a captain.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying my best. You have to fit the part.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think you're doing a splendid job. I don't mean to be obsequious, but we haven't sunk yet, which is one of the things I look for in a good captain. Is the vessel still seaworthy?
That is true. But if you do betray us, I will throw you off the ship.
Oh, yes. Or shoot me out of the cannon, indeed.
Or throw you into some sort of hell pit where there's a bunch of demons.
I see. Well, no betrayal going on here. Just obviously just didn't want you to see my extremely specialist pornography.
That's what I thought. And she just winks at him and leaves.
He gives you a big wink and leaves too.
She will tell everyone later that he's being shady, and it's probably not specialist pornography.
So, Saoirse, what are you doing on this Friday
I would
evening?
think that Saoirse might be trying to see how the next battle goes.
Oh, you want to see through to the battle. Okay, so that's interesting because I don't know how the battle's going to go yet because I have in fact created a mini game for it.
What?
So would you like to do a spell?
Yeah, I want to see if I can draw what's going to maybe happen because time can always change. Right?
All right, absolutely. So that's going to be 5 dice.
Okay.
You currently don't have any paradox dice, and you're only looking a couple of days into the future.
How bad do I want to see?
So you should be fine with. You don't need a paradox dice for this. I don't think you should be all right.
4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, so you sit down with your pad and your pen.
Okay.
And you just draw, and you get into that particular state where you're not creating the drawing anymore. The drawing is creating you, or some shit like that. I'll probably cut that out.
Sounds good.
That was moronic. But the magic is going through you straight onto the drawing without you being consciously aware of what you're doing.
Right.
And what you see is the ship that you're going to face.
Okay.
One of the things you notice is considerably bigger
Whoa.
than the ship that you are currently on. It appears to have more cannons. However, you'd also see that the captain of the ship is shouting at its helmsman. And their helmsman is not as big as Big Paul. In fact, while you only have 1 helmsman, they have 2. Because that is typical, is to have 2 helmsmen to work the wheel because the wheel's very big.
Right.
However, you just simply have 1 very large helmsman.
Right.
So the helmsman is being shouted at
Okay.
by the captain. There is smoke in the air, and you're unable to really see very much more than that.
Okay. And where am I at on the ship right now?
Wherever you like. Do you want to be drawing up on the deck?
Yeah, I'd probably be on the deck.
Because I have NPCs there.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good place. Enjoying the sea air, looking at the ocean while I'm drawing, probably.
Yeah, that's nice.
Who's the closest NPC?
So Corbin St. James, the ship's communications officer and navigator, walks up to you and goes, "One of your drawings of the future, Saoirse, or just one of the sea?"
I wanted to take a peek at what might happen. So the ship we're going to encounter appears to be a little bit bigger.
Yes, I would expect that. We find a lot of the time that we're the smallest ship in the equation.
Okay.
Tends to be maneuverability is key. Have you ever been involved in a ship battle at any point?
No, I wasn't on a ship until I left Ireland.
Oh.
So.
Well, let me take you through some of it.
Okay.
Generally, what we're not trying to do is sink the ship, because that's where all the treasure is.
Correct.
And we want to come out with a lot of gold. I personally not a gold person, but
okay.
the people tend to like it very shiny.
I'm surprised you don't like shiny things.
I like shiny things, just not golden ones. I've always been
just different shiny
more of an
things.
affinity for silver myself.
That makes sense.
Keeps werewolves away.
Yeah,
For one.
yeah, that's a good point.
It tends to be maneuverability. Comes into play a lot. We want to do as much damage to the crew's morale and potentially the crew itself as possible before we board, in order that the close hand-to-hand combat is as easy as possible.
Okay.
Whereas they will likely be trying to escape us.
Okay. And we should be faster since we're smaller.
We would indeed, I would imagine, be faster. And we also have a pretty good helmsman.
Yeah. Their helmsman was getting yelled at.
Oh, really? How many did they have?
I believe 2.
Yeah, you see, we just have one big
Right.
one. That's a lot cooler.
Yeah, that is very cooler. That is very much cooler.
Anything you have that will, using your vast master of the arcane, anything that you can think of that's going to help to scare the crew into submission or do damage without sinking the ship itself would be very helpful.
Maybe we could make it disappear again. No.
I mean, it's not my place to tell you how to do magic, but that caused, I would say, potentially more problems.
Yeah, that was
solved.
that was a little snafu. But sometimes magic isn't perfect, right? We're not perfect, so magic isn't going to be perfect either. So.
Yeah, these things happen.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll try not to let that happen again.
Liga, is there any chance that you feel like you'd like to take a walk on the deck of the ship?
I recall, I've just done ceremony.
You did a big ritual, yes. You did a big ritual to maintain your aged appearance.
Okay. I got scolded for my mirror. Yeah, I'll go for a walk.
So, Corbin St. James sees you, and she says, "Now, excuse me, I must speak to Liga quickly."
Oh, yeah, of course.
Something that I understand is more of her specialty.
Yeah.
Says, "Now, Liga, we're approaching the ship. We'll be there within a couple of days before the battle. But in my capacity of navigator, I did discover that we're coming towards. We don't have an official name for it. I call them a nexus point. Now, the nexus, I'm sure you recall from episode 5 of 16.
Of course.
The nexus is an enormous whirlpool, which is a tremendous source of sort of primal energy. What I would call gnosis, but I believe that the mages call it quintessence. And sometimes smaller whirlpools break away. Now, these are still great sources of power. So in the event that you, the wizards of the ship, were looking for a way to fuel your magic, we could head towards the nexus point, attempt some kind of magical ritual, and sloop up all of that magical energy.
The technical term, sloop, yes.
Sloop, yes. I believe I read that in an occult tome of some kind.
I'm not looking too excited. I'm trying not to look as excited as I want to be. But I'm like, yes, that would be. We should really do that.
Yes, I thought it sounded like a good idea. I was rather proud of it. Now, Big Paul, I don't think has ever sailed a Nexus Point before, so he might need some encouragement. But it's good to go into a battle with as much at your disposal as possible, the more we can tip our odds in our favor, any more than we can already when we have 4 wizards aboard. Although Mary keeps miscounting for some reason. The better. So I did also spot, it looks like we might be headed into a storm before we hit the nexus point. So I'm actually going to go up into the crow's nest and just scout it out a little bit. It's very strange. The seas aren't at all choppy, but I feel something in the air. I'm not quite sure what it is.
How far are we away from the storm?
I would suspect that if it is indeed a storm, that we'll probably hit it tonight, but I'm finding it very hard to pin down the exact location of it. I don't think it'll be a danger, because as I said, the seas don't seem particularly choppy. It's just, I just have a bad feeling. There's just something, there's a kind of electricity in the air.
Basic transmutation.
Turn it into something else. Simply turn the storm into a big knife. I'll be up in the crow's nest if you need me. I'll let you know what I discover.
All right, sounds good.
Now, Wilhelm, are you doing anything in particular?
Probably, if we're about to go into a battle, I think Wilhelm would be meditating of sorts, but in a place that looks really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I think my idea is I'd like to try to inspire everyone to become invigorated before this battle. I'm wondering if while I'm meditating, is it possible for me to just passively create an impression? Just radiating out.
So you want to be doing something cool?
Yeah.
Using your mind to create an impression? Absolutely.
Yeah. So is there a cool place where I can kind of post up and balance?
Yeah, so
pretty good.
Let's.
I'm big, right?
Yes.
So I can't fit into a small place like that.
Yeah. So you could simply. So there are struts to climb up to the crow's nest.
Okay.
You could be balancing on one leg aboard it, atop it.
Okay. Yeah.
And Corbin kind of has to climb around you.
Yeah. I'd like to make it. Terribly inconvenient for everyone else.
A lot of the pirates have started taking inspiration from you, and there is a calisthenics class happening aboard the deck.
Yeah.
As you climb up and do this sort of very cool Pilates.
Yeah, I make sure they can see me, but I don't ever look down at them.
No, just...
and the impression I'd like to create, if possible, is akin to showing the movie 300 to a high school football team for the first time.
Okay, absolutely.
That's kind of what I'm after.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like you are about to, this is your identity now.
Yes, exactly. I want to push that into the general 30 meter.
Okay, that's great. So that's going to be 5 dice. How powerful does this effect you want it to be? Because you can start to add paradox dice to get extra successes if you want. You only choose successes for this to work.
I don't think I needed to go that weird.
Okay.
I don't need to get any paradox before this whole thing, right? So
No.
I'm just gonna
roll it, see what you get.
succeed.
Oh.
That's
3.
You got 3 successes.
3, yeah.
Okay, so you did a little better than you need to.
Okay,
And
just enough.
the calisthenics class have realized from watching you that it is a little bit cooler not to notice something than it is to notice something.
Yeah.
But at certain point, as you you're able to sense using correspondence that people are nudging each other a little bit and just being like, see that? That's pretty cool. Yes. That's where we want to get with our calisthenics. We want to get to that point. And just as and everyone feels it. In fact, all of the other wizards, you might be more aware that it's artificial or that it's coming from a magical place, but you feel this greater sense of confidence, and also that you get this sense that you want to tell everyone about a cool thing you've seen, and get them to see it too. So yeah, Corbin St. James goes past you. Where's Chumbawamba normally on the ship?
We haven't really seen him for a while.
Yeah, we left him on the ship while we were in Blood Island.
Mm-hmm. I assume he has taken a location of his own that likely smells terrible, and we don't know about it yet.
Yeah.
I imagine the worst smelling place is the bilge with our shark friend. Mm-hmm. So I'd have to say we'd have to follow the second worst smell on the ship to find where Chumbawamba's been.
Okay. So
that, or he might just be hanging out up high, right?
You see Chumbawamba, and he's found the second worst smelling thing on the ship.
Mm-hmm. Chumbawamba has specifically?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
you hear a voice from underneath you going, "Co-Captain Wilhelm.
Oh, that's okay.
It is I, your friend and co-captain, your best friend
Yes.
and best co-captain. Your monkey is tormenting me. It is judging me with its eyes.
This is the voice of.
This is the voice of the were-shark.
Okay, just making sure.
We have
just
yet
making
to
sure.
name.
Yeah.
Yes, just making sure.
Wilhelm, I wanted to talk to you about something. Perhaps this would be good for a full co-captain's meeting, but I have not come up yet with a name for my human form. And I think it's important that people know who they're referring to using spoken language, which is very much less of a thing when you're a shark.
Yeah, you do a lot of inferences.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think that we should, at some convenient point, have a convention of co-captains
Okay.
and decide what my name is.
I love that idea.
Is it acceptable to you for me to devour this monkey?
It is unfortunately not at this time.
Is the monkey in any way aquatic in nature?
That's a great question.
Some kind of sea monkey, perhaps?
Perhaps something. Brine shrimp adjacent. No, not this one. This monkey has yet to learn and get its sea legs.
Oh, that's very good. So while he says this, Chumbawamba is just absolutely, he's just crawling all over him, poking him, trying to pick lice out of its sort of hair.
Yeah, is there hair?
Just slapping
What are we
him.
talking about here? You said human form, and I just picture a sewer shark.
Okay, so
I picture
Yeah.
a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So the street
Yeah.
shark is currently in his human form, which is
Did we know this? Did this happen?
This didn't happen this happened in between episodes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna maybe I'll cut this in later. So you see the human form of the were-shark come up to you. He has extremely wide set eyes, and he is wildly ugly. He looks like he is uncomfortable merely being in this form.
Edgar suit. Gotcha.
He hates the fact that he's not swimming right now, but Edgar suit is exactly it. He looks like his skin has sort of been stretched over, that like not enough skin has been stretched over too much body.
Oh my God.
So he's very strong looking,
Yeah.
but just
The skin's
profoundly
tight,
ugly.
but like almost at the point of ripping.
Ugh.
Gross.
And he says to you, Wilhelm, I'm going to go for a swim. So the monkey will cease tormenting me.
He doesn't like water. Yeah, you can
that
you can
was-
be fine.
That was the nature of my question was, can I swim without the monkey tormenting me?
Yes, you're safe in the water. He might help you dry off, but that's just his MO. He likes you a lot. He's taken quite a liking to you.
Well, I will adjust to the monkey, Wilhelm. It is important to be adaptable as a shark.
Thank you. Yes, you are truly a prime predator, and we see that. Thank you.
Now I must
Patrick.
go. Now I must go and escape your monkey friend. And when he thinks that Chumbawamba is distracted, he just makes a break for it and jumps off the side of the ship.
Yeah, smart. Okay.
And then you hear someone go, "Man overboard! Oh, it's the shark!" And then you see, you look into the crow's nest, or anyone who's on deck, and you can't actually see Corbin in there at the moment, but you do see that there is the secondary navigator who helps her out as a spotter and various things. He says, "Oh no, it's not a regular storm."
Oh.
And you feel this kind of, it's not quite electricity, but it's just this kind of magical energy surrounding you. And it's as though all of the magical hairs on your body are standing up on end suddenly at the presence of this energy. And then you hear the pirate go, "It's a brains storm!"
A brainstorm?
And then,
It's like a literal brains.
then for each of you, suddenly the world turns black.
Oh. A brainstorm?
Yes.
He
So
loves
now
those.
everyone roll the dice.
One?
Roll 5 dice and tell me how many successes you get.
It's bad.
How many did you get?
I sigh as I fall over.
I got 3.
You got 3. Okay, so before
I got none.
you got none. Okay, so you got
I got 4.
Get that out now.
Pretty close.
Blow it out.
Yeah, I got 4.
okay.
Great job.
Yeah.
So, or Edmonston. Mm-hmm. You awake, and you have that terrible feeling where you fell asleep somewhere you weren't supposed to fall asleep.
I hate that.
And as
Yeah. I especially hate that.
you lift your head up from what seems to be a desk, and it has all sorts of sort of papers and things on it, and you have ink staining your face. And you're in Nigel's office.
No.
Sitting at his very desk.
No.
They're sticking to your
I immediately look at the papers.
But yeah, you don't really know what's going on, but you look down at the papers, and so there's quite a lot of papers here.
Okay.
So I might actually ask.
I just immediately look to see if there's any specialized pornography.
I do want to know.
So
the reason why it's sticky.
Do me an intelligence plus academics roll,
Okay,
because
I'm
you're
just
quite good
panicking.
at going through papers quickly to see what
Silly
is
put
I
in
am.
a newspaper, but pornography.
I'm just like, oh no. That's a lot of dice, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 dice.
Oh, hello.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, that's enough.
Pretty good
You'll be
roller.
amazed to discover that there is in fact no specialist
Oh
pornography.
my god.
The only thing that is on the desk is there is a certain amount of, the only pornography adjacent thing is romantic poetry
That's actually how I react.
that appears to be written in Nigel's hand.
I like sigh very audibly.
And as you sigh, it sounds like this.
No!
Gross.
And you look at your spindly little hand,
No!
and you realize you can't, without even realizing it, when you woke up, you had instinctively put on
Oh my god.
your thick ball-top glasses.
I hate this. I just like stand up immediately and I go to run outside screaming.
So you
Like, no!
no. So you stand up,
Specialized pornography as I run outside.
but there's one thing you see when you put your glasses on, which is that Nigel has set up on his desk what one would think of as a murder board,
What?
where there's a lot of different pieces of information. A lot of them are in a kind of code.
Okay. That's
And
more interesting than his
the-
bad poetry.
And the title is The Search for the Traitor.
Oh. Okay. And is there pictures? Am I on there?
There's no pictures because he can't draw.
Oh, that's
But
fair.
you do notice that every co-captain's name is on there, and they have all been crossed off, so they are not potential suspects.
So we're not potential suspects.
No,
Okay.
Even a shark.
Phew.
It would take you several. In fact, the shark's name has also been crossed off.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
you realize that this is possibly because Nigel's investigation has been going on longer than the shark has
Interesting.
been on the
What
ship.
about Mary? Is Mary on there?
Mary has similarly been eliminated for the
So-
same reason.
So
and
who's
you realize
left?
that Nigel might have been doing this for a while.
Oh. So who's left?
Well, it would take a long time to study all of this. So you would have to be able to go through Nigel's papers probably for hours in order to break
Okay.
the code that they're written in. So do you still want to run out of the cabin and scream specialist pornography?
I'm thinking about it, but I'm way too curious about this. I love this. This is like academic information like board. I'm just like going to spend not that long, but like
Okay, so
I want to at least see like if I can narrow it down to like 3 names.
okay.
Like I don't want to see like whatever. I want to know like if he thinks or like what happened, like 3 names and like a gist of what he's trying to find.
Okay, sure. So give me another intelligence and academics roll.
Okay.
And this is gonna take you a decent amount of time. So
Okay. I'd also like to do it so that I don't look at my hands. So I'll just
You're
use a
trying not to, like, you don't want to look at your frail human
Straight
body.
Yes.
center
Yes.
points. Maintaining.
Because I'm just like, okay, this is just some like magic BS. Like, I don't know what happened, but I am going to see this if this is real and I want to know what's happening. So is it intelligence and
Intelligence plus academics.
what? Okay. All right. It was the same one. Okay. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of successes. Wow. 1, 2, 3,
yay.
4, 5 successes and a skull.
Okay. So that is an excellent roll. You're able to very quickly figure out Nigel's cipher. It's actually quite a good cipher. You're just better.
Okay.
And you realize that looking through it, he has the first name he crossed off was Big Paul.
Okay.
And he didn't even put any evidence for that. It was just
Okay.
Big Paul, not a traitor.
Right.
He eliminated all of the
traitor.
co-captains. You also see several unnamed NPCs aboard the ship have been eliminated.
All right.
And he's also grouped people in and said, could it be someone in this part of the ship? Could it be someone in this part of the ship? The evidence that he has for the possible traitor is supplies going missing, possible signs of sabotage.
Uh-oh.
And he has written, there is one name circled that says Personage A.
Personage A?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's written in a kind of scrawled hand underneath it, anyone but this.
Oh. Oh.
Here's another thing you notice, because you got that good roll.
Yeah.
You can't hear the music.
I'm concerned about where it is. So as much as I would want to continue reading this, I'm going to calmly get up, not yell things, and just sort of like start to look for it. Because I feel like if it's not with me, it has to be with someone else. So I will leave the room.
So as you leave the room, we're going to move over to Saoirse. Saoirse, you're awake and you appear to be in some kind of terrifying situation. Or you can feel the wind rushing around you, and it feels like you're falling. But the wind feels stronger, and you feel strange, and there's something unfamiliar about your very being at the moment. But you are definitely aware that you are falling. And below you, you can see the ship, and it's at least maybe 200 feet below.
Am I a human?
How would you like to determine that?
Look at a body part.
You want to look at a body part? Yeah. So you look, you move an arm in, and you see that it is indeed a black wing.
Okay. So I'm a crow or a raven?
Yeah, that would definitely look like the right genre. In fact, give me an animal ken roll to see if you can figure out whether you're a crow or a raven, because it's difficult.
I have shit.
Okay,
I'm not.
Just give me an intelligence or...
It is
I have
difficult.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to look at their beaks and stuff. I have one success.
Yeah, one success. You don't know whether you're a crow or a raven.
All right. That doesn't matter. Moot point. I'm a bird. Fine. I'm assuming, based on my suspicions, I am Corbin St. James.
Well, you don't know yet. All you know is that you're a crow or a raven.
Me out of character, if that's what I'm assuming.
But in your mind at the present, you're less thinking like, could it be Corbin St.
Yeah,
James?
no,
I've
I'm
suggested
like,
that Corbin St.
yeah. So I very hopefully quickly realize I'm a bird, and I maybe like, well, birds flap their wings to do stuff. So
you
like,
just
I just start flapping like,
okay,
calling like,
You get to be a crow, and I'm Nigel. I'm sorry, that's not fair.
So
I feel like but I'm Nigel.
Go ahead and make a dexterity plus athletics roll. But use your new character sheet.
Oh.
And
Folks would say that's an athletic ass bird.
You bring up a Nigel sheet.
Yes. Oh, God. We do have the same intelligence, which makes me feel a little bit better.
I have 2 success.
You have 2 successes.
And
Okay.
2 nothings.
So the difficulty of learning to fly on the fly, as it were.
Okay.
By the way, we have a Patreon. Like and subscribe. The difficulty of learning to fly spontaneously like this is very high.
Yeah.
So you manage to slow your descent.
Right.
But you are, only a couple of seconds away from hitting the deck
Jesus.
when someone catches you.
Okay.
And the person that catches you,
Okay.
as you look back at them, is you.
Oh. Me?
And you hear a voice trying to be as calm as possible, but saying in your own voice, "Stay very calm, Saoirse. We're in a brainstorm."
Okay.
I need you to think very carefully about what it is to be Corbin St. James, and then try and spiritually move towards that human form.
I think of fancy hats.
So,
And speaking eloquently.
so give me a wits and actually, I'm going to say resolve plus insight.
Resolve plus insight. Okay.
Because you're trying to get into the mind of Corbin St. James so that you can figure out how to change back and to be her.
Do I get an extra dice since it says mind?
It's so you could use a mind effect if you wanted to give yourself extra dice.
No, it's okay. I'm in a new body. I don't want to
Yeah.
blow anything up. So, 2 success. Gross.
2 successes. Okay, so you try your best, and you try and think, okay, I'm not a crow or a raven. I'm a person specifically. I am not Saoirse. I am Corbin St. James. And you try and get into the place, and you just can't do it. What does happen is you get bigger.
Oh my God.
Recommend it.
Yeah.
So you get, I don't know, you must end up about 6'6".
I'm
Also
a
a good
6'6"
You
crow.
grow up,
bird.
you grow to Saoirse size.
You crow, too.
And then you keep going. You have 2 very awkward sort of arm wings.
Oh my God.
You are still dressed as Corbin St. James. You're
Okay.
still very, you're dressed in fine
You're
silks,
A middle animal.
silver jewelry.
Yeah, you're just
But you are definitely a middle animorph.
Okay.
And you hear Corbin say, "Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like people to see the crow man."
Can I talk or
So
what?
you are now able to kind of talk.
Okay.
Squawk.
I don't like it either.
Okay, well, we'll give you a minute. And you'll try, and you can try again. We're going to need to find out. Do you know where all the other members of the crew are?
I just shake.
Okay. The important thing now, a lot of the crew have probably swapped. The most important ones to figure out are the ones that have unimaginable powers of the arcane. So, Liga,
Great.
you wake up in an unfamiliar place. Specifically, you are underwater.
I was worried this was gonna happen.
It's a shark.
And you panic for a moment as you try and breathe. And you realize you don't have any lungs.
So
But the panic only lasts for a few minutes before you realize that you are some kind of strange creature. And you try and see yourself, but your perspective is very different because your eyes are out on stalks. So you just sort of circle around,
oh my God.
trying to get a look at your tail for a little bit.
Amazing.
And eventually I've got to imagine you just go, well, I mean, I've got to be a shark or something. Got to be a fish, right?
Trying to look for the boat.
Trying to look for the boat. Okay, give me a wits plus awareness roll to try and figure out where you are and how close to the thing you are. Did I not give you dice?
No, I need the.
Oh, sorry.
I
You need the character sheet. That's true.
Yeah.
This is Shark Liga.
Oh my God.
I'm a shark. You said
Wits plus awareness.
wits plus awareness. 3. Oh.
It's funny how these are all matched to us, and I had gone to Nigel's study too, which is so upsetting.
1 success.
1 success. So you have 2 problems right now. Firstly is it's very dark. You are unable to navigate through the ship, to find the ship. It's hard to find your way around underwater if you're not used to it, even though it feels like you're in a very natural place, you're still not able to really navigate. The second problem you have is that you realize that other sharks are beginning to circle you.
Uh-oh.
They know you're weird.
But you also kind of realize that they're communicating with each other and you're able to sort of tell what they mean. And we're going to turn that into language because fucking obviously. But what's really happening is that the sharks are just moving in ways where you recognize. It's like the way dogs talk to other dogs. They look at the tail, they look at the way their nose is and their ears are. Except, with shark stuff. And you realize that these sharks are taunting you. And it says, look, Two Legs returns to the sea. Why do you return to the sea, Two Legs?
I have bigger problems than you, Fishtail.
You don't have bigger problems than me. We are a huge problem. We could devour you, Two Legs, no matter how big you are.
But do you have magic? I don't really like to have no magic right now.
What? What is this magic?
Oh, it's
You think that your two-leg spirit gifts will help you? We would simply tear you apart.
at least I can breathe in the water and out of the water.
Why would anyone want to be out of the water? Underwater is good.
You know
the
what?
outside world is dry and bad.
You know what? I'll take you out of the water with me.
Do you wish to fight me, Two Legs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shark combat.
Shark combat. All right.
Do you have a little model?
I don't have a little model for the shark combat. So,
Just in a new body and then just getting
Into a fight.
into a fight. Let's do this. I
so
don't know what's happening.
I'm going to roll wits plus. I'm going to use your previous wits and awareness roll for your initiative, and then I'm going to roll
New body. I'm walking in.
Yeah.
roll for the shark.
I don't know why, but in my mind, I picture the shark guy wearing like a big like Hellboy kind of coat,
Oh yeah.
like the big like.
Pretty cool coat.
For some reason, I pictured like little jean shorts. I don't know why.
Of course they wear jorts.
Like
Shark shorts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Okay.
you just going to straight up attack? You're just going to go straight for this shark?
You know what? Yeah.
Okay. So roll me your strength plus brawl. I think you have a speciality for underwater.
Okay, strength.
He deserves it, I guess.
And so I'm doing the 4 plus the 3 that it has for Wereshark.
Yeah, and if it has to say underwater for its brawl, in which case add 1 because you are currently underwater. What mod is the sharks made?
Nothing. They just make crunch.
Just bite.
And you
Bite.
said for
Water. I
underwater.
don't even have
Yeah,
bones.
you get an extra die for being underwater.
Yeah. All right.
Sharks are weird, man.
Probably like weird hissing
Jesus
noises.
Christ.
You could have did
Well,
so much better.
I know. I only got
Holy shit.
Yeah, 4.
You got 4.
1, 2,
Yep.
3,
Yeah,
4.
4 successes.
Okay,
yeah.
so this shark is completely unprepared for the idea that you would simply attack it. It wasn't ready for you.
Like most
And-
bullies.
As it gets it kind of prepares to posture for combat, and you just bite it.
Oh my god.
You just bite it really, really hard and then shake.
I bit it on the nose. Just
You bite it on
Damn.
the nose, you're going straight for that.
Yeah.
And it screams, it goes, "How dare you, Two Legs, how dare you?" And you see the other sharks go, say, the shark physical body equivalent of, "Jesus Christ!" And they all kind of back away and they go, "Two Legs, where did you find this new confidence?"
Oh, he was. Oh.
And you realize that these are bullies.
Oh no.
And like all bullies, they do not like it when you fight back.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, "Well, I will come back with the rest of my brethren, Two Legs, and we will devour you and take your Two Legs' powers. So you had better find your ship quickly before I take my revenge upon you."
Other sharks like you?
Yes, I am a mighty shark. I have torn apart many things. I may not have your mystical Two Legs abilities, but I am still a large shark. Everyone likes me. I am successful and cool.
You just sound really insecure. I'm sorry.
Do sharks know that word?
Give me a manipulation.
I'm sorry.
A manipulation plus.
Hey, I'm in a new body. Someone's
Yeah.
aiming at me, and I'm just like, I want you to go away.
Yeah, no.
Give me a manipulation plus intimidation roll.
Shark sounds like he spends a lot of time on Twitter.
And it's not going to be terribly hard because he's scared of you now. So
The shark recently
two
has the count
successes
reinstated.
One's a skull.
Oh, I thought that.
That doesn't.
I'm a big shark. I'm the best shark.
The best shark.
I'm the strongest shark.
You realize that this shark, who is big and strong, is indeed insecure. And it begins to, you swear for a minute that it's trying to swim backwards away from you because it has to keep going. It doesn't want to get closer to you and it doesn't want to completely run away. And it says, I will return 2 legs. I will eat both of your 2 legs and then we will call you no legs. We will call you lump.
I bite
And
him
it turns
again.
and it, okay, roll me strength plus brawl.
What did you say? I said, I bite him again.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Lump.
I'm sorry.
4 successes. Do you have any intention of keeping the shark alive?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so you attack this shark, and you get it into a position where it is clear that a single snap of your jaws would tear this shark in half. And you realize as you're coming to become accustomed to this body that you are much bigger than these sharks. But you get it to the point where where if you would merely need to chomp down with your big shark mouth, and the shark would die. And it goes limp, and it looks like it wishes it had hands to tap out with. What do you say?
Say, are you going to bother me again?
Your ship. I will show you your ship, 2 legs, and you will leave us alone, and have your little adventure in Hammerhead Bay, and hopefully we'll never see you again because we think you suck.
Thank you. Was that so hard?
Actually, yes. And then, are you going to let him go?
Yeah.
You let him go, and you see the other sharks give a kind of physical body language thing where you go like, roll. And then you see one of the other ones go, my 2 legs. Kick the crap out of you. And you see the shark swimming off, and you realize that it's bleeding quite heavily as it goes into the depths. And its 2 shark bully friends also notice that.
Uh-oh.
And they just follow it into the darkness.
Oh, I need to stop this.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Role play.
I want to go after them and just like body slam the 2 friends.
Okay. So
It's like Echo the Dolphin.
it's going to be a strength plus brawl roll. You got to decide how many dice you're going to devote to each shark. You got to split your dice pool. So how many dice do you have? You have a lot.
I have 10.
So you have 10 dice. Okay, so what I would do is roll 5 dice and then roll 5 dice and just try and attack them both equally.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Oh, you got a crit.
Oh, I got a crit. You're
Boom,
You
right.
got a
and a
crit.
success. So a crit and a success.
Okay, so I just rolled for the sharks. You body slam one shark, hit it with your fin, knock it into the other shark. And it says the shark body language equivalent of, what the fuck, 2 legs?
I'm like, all right, first of all, you guys were supposed to direct me to the ship. Second of all, you're not gonna hurt your friend, just to be clear.
But it's bleeding. It's shown weakness.
You know its weakness? Eating your friend.
Agree to disagree.
Do you want me to bite your nose?
Let's get you back on your ship. Let's go this way to where the ship is.
No, first, you're not gonna...
I don't want you to
Because I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna find out if you ate your friend.
I will. We're not gonna eat our friend. What is this friendship anyway?
Just like moving my head back and forth.
This is one of your 2 legs ideas. We'll take you back to your ship, and you can have friendship there, and leave us to our traditions
Of eating your friends?
of eating your friends, of eating our friends when they start bleeding terribly, and it looks like we can get away with it.
Can I still see the other one that had...
Yeah, you can see you got both of them are cowed at this point. Like
All right,
neither of them
well-
have any plans to try and mess with you
The
again.
3rd friend that's bleeding. Mm-hmm. Are they watching this at all?
They've
or-
gone out. Into
All
the
right,
dark.
good. As long as
So
they just
basically-
keep going.
They got away.
Good.
Yeah. So they begin to lead you back to the ship. At which point, Wilhelm, you awaken.
Okay.
Now tell me.
This is a foreshadowing situation.
Yeah.
My first question is.
Okay. So you awaken and you realize you're holding something with one hand very, very tightly.
Okay.
And it's the sail of the ship.
Okay.
And you look down, you realize you're very, very high up. And that if you fall, your tiny body will certainly be squished.
You called it.
And then, Chumba Wilhelm,
Okay. Oh, you even did the special name.
No.
you consider what your next move will be and how you will figure out what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we will burden our souls with those secrets next week
All right.
on Mage of Sail. Please, if you're enjoying the show, which we're pretty far in now, so if you're still watching it, you probably like it fine. Like and subscribe, helps us out a lot. If you like, you can check out our Patreon. We have a Discord where you can talk about Mage of Sail and other things. Laters.
A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be.